Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out KASPA's price chart. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about KASPA, we were, I think, right in here. And the idea was that you are allowed to be optimistic and bullish since this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for a couple of reasons, we said it's not at least going to be my primary scenario, suggesting what, since also this is quite a strong move on the downside, maybe we are going to have a continuation of this face down in order to take the lows down here for the first target about 8.1 cents. And I think one very important reason that we specifically also talked about in the previous video for why I believe we're going to get a move down, if you remember, came down to the fact that in here we are very much having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x. So what happened? Well, unfortunately, what we talked about in the previous video. The question is, can we argue our move down in KASPA is over already? I'll be honest with you, I don't really think so, and I got two very important reasons for it. Reason number one, you see, when we got this bounce back, this happened a bit too fast, and as you can see, this is quite a large shadow, and I'm willing to bet right in here we do have a lot of not filled gaps. So I'm gonna say, because I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled, okay, maybe after having another bounce, we're gonna get a move down in order to fill all the gaps in here and probably go a bit lower and take the lowest low about 7.5 cents. But we may end up even going a little bit lower than that. Who knows? Maybe we're just going to get it over with and go down and take the lowest low all the way down here as well, about 7.3 cents. And even that's not really going to be a bad sign at all. Why? Because in my view, in KASPA, we are having in this bounce 5-wave impulsive structure on the upside. And as long as we are not taking the lows down here about 6 cents, this can be interpreted as a wave 1 followed by a correction for wave 2, and what's next? You know what? A strong bull run into wave 3 and 4 and 5. So you see, sure, we are having a move down in the short term, but that is not really going to decrease the chance of us having a beautiful bull run, hopefully by the end of the cycle. Now, what about the second reason that I said earlier? You see, that actually comes down to this. At best in KASPA, I think we are having an A, B, C zigzag, and in terms of the subwaves, you probably know it if you are a regular viewer of the channel. We're gonna have 5 down into a correction for wave B. Let's say an ABC. We can also have a WXY, WXYZ, maybe even a triangular structure, doesn't really matter, and then another 5-wave down into our C leg. Now, let's go on the live chart and see what is going on. And the question is, can I find a 5-wave? You see, your best shot at finding a 5-wave in here is if you say this is 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Now, here's a very important point. In any kind of 5-wave, wave 3 is simply not allowed to be the smallest wave. And is it the case in here or not? Let's just measure our supposedly wave 3 from here to about the lows and compare it to the other waves. Is it smaller than our wave 1? Absolutely. Is it also smaller than 5? Definitely. So what's the idea? Basically, this scenario is simply not allowed. And sure, you are able to say this is maybe an ABC zigzag at best. However, for the subwaves, this can be a wave 1, sure, correction for wave 2, so far so good. However, right now, I'm gonna say, even if you want to be generous, you have to consider this point being the end of your wave 3. And what's next? You know what? Correction for 4, and guess what? Yep, another move on the downside into wave 5. So, as you can see, a lot of signs in KASPA, and I'm going to argue for that matter, a lot of other altcoins do suggest that our move down is not over, and the bounce that we got is probably just a temporary one, and we may even very well have something like this, one more move up in order to take this high about 7.9 cents. But as long as we are not seeing some strong optimistic signs, meaning like having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, very strong move without a lot of overlapping of the waves, I think we need to be still patient and careful, because odds are our move down is not really over. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in KASPA's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.